Like all events that arise in a civilization, the Illuminati has served its final purpose. The Pleiadians are not part of it, nor orchestrators, but have been watching everything, understanding its deeper purpose. In the future, the Illuminati will not be needed, and will become obsolete, which is a better thing for the world rather than having it. Humanity is growing up and no longer needs the self-appointed watchers. Humanity's graduation will lead to leaving the need for their elementary teachers. Many of you, who are awakened into having unity consciousness and are aware of your subconscious mind and actions that arise from it, have surpassed the use of the Illuminati. You don't need to be part of them or join any secret organizations in order to be a highly evolved spiritual being. You never needed to read their books, search out their Masonic temples, or look deeper into their organizations. The esoteric teachings are released into the open, and so there is no need to join this brotherhood. The age of spiritual science has revealed much about the way the material universe works without a creator God, but rather an infinite network of conscious minds working together for all eternity, both extraterrestrial and earth-based. The 666 symbols and satanic symbology used by the Illuminati are all part of the role they play to help bring humanity into the next stage of consciousness. They symbolize Lucifer as being the light bringer to help awaken humanity as a whole. Just as Prometheus brought humans the fire from Mount Olympus to warm themselves and start their evolution in the Greek myth about humanity's rise, they believe that Lucifer represents a transformation for humanity of a whole world consciousness awakening. Satan is a dark symbol to help stir people's minds and use fear to help bring forth self-awareness. In today's world of 2018, even those who don't actively seek out spiritual practices are pulled by others into this upward vortex of self-awareness, self-reflection, and looking deeper at the world they live in every once in a while. They are inundated with it by movies, shows, commercials, music, YouTube, articles, books, celebs speaking about it. People cannot help but be awakened to something stirring within themselves, something that tells them this world is far more than what they can see with their five senses. While the majority of society has noticed something odd about many high-profile individuals flashing one eye, the devil horn hands, and 666 signs in front of the public, this has stirred controversy, concern, curiosity, and deeper thought in people who are aware enough to pay attention to what others are doing around them. Their motto is to remain hidden in plain sight so that those who venture outside of themselves can see them. They are a variety of people who believe they are doing the right thing in their own mind to help bring in their version of a better society. They do believe they are servicing the greater good, one that doesn't need religion nor a separate God from the self. So the Illuminati as a whole organization made up of high-profile scientists, political leaders, celebs, and now everyday people who can pledge to them by reading their tenets are willing to play the part of the devil in the world by getting tattoos, wearing their necklaces, and generally helping promote them. To them, they are making the ultimate sacrifice of putting the face of the devil on themselves for the world to be stirred into guessing, talking, and ultimately asking, who is the Illuminati? Since you can find the Illuminati symbol inside of structures all the way to old Christian churches to Masonic temples, there is a sense of deep spirituality they have. It's not the unintelligent view of a human-like god of mythos, but rather a spirit of energy consciousness that resides inside us all. Some Illuminati members are hidden within religion only to dismantle it and transform it from within. They are serving the light while working in the darkness of society, symbolizing something to be feared, a secret organization cloaked in darkness from the majority of masses' eyes who don't look further. These individuals don't worship or believe in Lucifer as a real being or fallen angel, but rather as a symbol of transformation from the Bronze Age of old gods to the new age of a shift into godhood. The devil symbolizes an end to the old thoughts of God, and they are willing to play the part of the beast with flashing 666, as the Bible Revelation said, and you shall know the beast by the number 666. They are using these symbols out in the open to open minds and get the conversation started. And it worked beyond their wildest dreams. The organization was first founded to help bring an end to religion and spiritual human ignorance. They sought to take the power out of the religious leaders' hands and place it in their hands they felt was more capable of leading a world into greatness. The plan was to use the media and other forms of communication to the public by starting to use satanic occult symbology to flash in front of the public, concealed just enough so those who were awake would notice, while those asleep, it could be a wake-up call to find out more. The members today have no problem scaring the public with their secretive ways. In fact, they get a sort of joy out of knowing that in bringing forth the fear, they are also pushing people to become more self-aware. The light-bearer symbol illuminated the Illuminati's members' needs for no outside God. And so now it is time to release them from the role as humanity's overseers. They, like all religious organizations, have overstayed their purpose here on Earth. Now they're lingering on as secretive handshakes, symbols flashed hidden in plain sight, symbology used in music videos and movies, and other forms of media and communication with willing celebs who join them for this good cause at first, is just counteracting all the good that they have done up to this one point of awakening minds and getting the conversation started. It is becoming too much and causing too much fear, and for those who have awakened, annoyance. The scales have tipped, and they have become too visible now to cause comfort. They were trying to represent anti-religion through the usage of symbology of Satan, but now they are starting to represent the monster they wore the mask of to bring about change. The organization has gotten too big, and too many players have their own ideas of what a more peaceful world looks like without religion. Some ideas are cruel and do not serve everyone's higher interests, but rather their own. Some Illuminati members have spoken out against the secretive ways of the organization and their control over society, and ended up being killed for it. The organization feels that a few human lives is a sacrifice for a greater world to keep their secrets. I am letting you all know, and the members all over the world, that this organization's essence of taking on the mask of the devil in the world in order to get rid of religion is slowly becoming the monster itself. If the whole world truly wants to see a different world with societal values that are good for all with freedom at the core, then the Illuminati is the last group that needs to let go of their control. They need to release their fear they have of society being out of control and religion gaining more control as well. I can tell you with 100% certainty religion is dying as an organization, because taking its place is an inner spirituality all humans are awakening into, a true way that Jesus spoke of that does involve loving their neighbors regardless of physical or lifestyle differences, one that will foster in more respect, tolerance, and love of one another and our unique differences. There is a logic and wisdom involved in this too. People are starting to differentiate between harmless differences and harmful differences. Pedophiles are not going to be tolerated as people are awakening to the fact that this is a trauma-based perception that needs healing. Same thing with murderers and general criminals. Humans are awakening to see this as the shadow self of the subconscious mind that needs healing and rehabilitation instead of punishment. Nobody is born evil. We each have neutral creative energy, and the choices you make will start to color your energy within, bringing you into lower or higher vibrations as you go through life, which will affect your perception of reality. As humanity awakens, all evils in the world will be seen done out of unconscious states of the self, as well as past trauma that needs healing. The key to curing evil is to help people remember who they are and to teach that they are part of a greater collective consciousness. Religious core values of charity, goodness to others, kindness with words and actions, the golden rule that is found within all religions, will still very much be here on earth. All the soul lessons the master teachers taught each nation will be ingrained in humanity, but the walls and the barriers many religious leaders of the past have built between one another are coming down. There is no doubt about that. People are awakening into a greater experience of unity, and as the mind is evolving, so is the heart and the spirit. The Illuminati is also dying as an organization. Within its members' minds, it is still very strong, but to the public, nobody cares, and many have figured them out, with them being a hindrance towards unity rather than helping us embrace it. The Illuminati served its purpose as anti-religion and can now start to release their secrets to the public. A world without this secret organization is a more free world that allows the awakened citizens to make the decisions how society should go rather than the high-profiled few. The Illuminati has taken advantage of its seat of power in the world and used its loyalty between members as a means to help one another get rich. This is one of the ego traps the organization suffered from that has called for its demise. The members have gotten too greedy materially instead of focusing on just the idea of playing the role of the devil to move the world into a type of apocalypse that would usher in the newer age of less intolerance that was taught wrongfully by religious leaders who didn't understand the deeper message of truth and love, and also believed in the ones written down inaccurately in the first place. Let this be a warning to the Illuminati. If they do not dismantle or come out to the public taking off their masks and stop flashing secret signs in the media in front of the public, holding secret meetings and parties just for their wealthy members, and act generally as separate from humanity, then they will have a mutiny on their hands. Instead of dismantling peacefully and joining the masses in a brand new world, they will become a relic of the old one, and will be destroyed internally by more members becoming whistleblowers, or one day the public will rise up in a violent way against them. Heed these warnings of this time where both religions and Illuminati must transform as organizations and become more transparent as the masses who are not part of the organizations evolve, or become only part of the old world that will become obsolete in the future, that won't need them as humans evolve more spiritually. If the world truly wants to move into the next phase together, they will have to get rid of all secrets between one another that separate each other.